Talking Wyoming Seminary Golf here at the John Mendola Show, and we're driven by McCarthy Tire Service here at the Takeaway Kitchen. Matt Occhiato, the head coach. And Matt, let's talk about this season so far. How are things going?
Having a good season, John. We're 9-2. Got a big match tomorrow night against MMI. That'll be for our division and an opportunity to play in the conference championship against Holy Redeemer on Friday. So looking forward to it.
Let's talk about some of the competition in the league overall and what you're facing, because there's some good teams out there.
Yeah. So this is my 7th year, and the competition is getting hot again. When I started, it was pretty hot. Holy Redeemer had a good grasp on the division, and we fought back the last couple of years, and we got it back, and we have a good rivalry with those guys now. Holy Redeemer's got a couple good players in their 1-2 spot. We beat a tough Lake Lehman team twice in 1 week. They were tough to knock off, and hopefully we could take MMI down. We played them at home up there in Valley Country Club, and they got us pretty good. So hopefully we can do the same when we get them at our place.
Let's talk about the home course and how the guys respond to it.
Yeah, so we got 5 out of our 6 guys that play for us are members at Huntsville Golf Club. So it's a big advantage playing up there. It's a big golf course. You got to hit it far away, and you got to know your lines off the tee pretty well. So it's good to have that member home field advantage.
We're talking about golf. Really seems like it's getting hotter and hotter. I mentioned that in the very beginning, but we have guys here in northeastern Pennsylvania that want to go down to Florida and try to see if they can get caught on. I mean, being in the web.com tour and things like that is really, really challenging just to do that,
sure,
let alone to go beyond that. But what do you think that is about with kids nowadays? Is it maybe seeing a little bit more, maybe getting some more practice, maybe having more abilities nowadays to get out and play on a course full time?
Well, yeah, I guess that's all part of it. I mean, golf being an individual sport, I think kids are seeing that they can go out and work hard on their own and pay tuition by doing that. I'm the pro at Huntsville, so I see a lot of those guys, and we've got a couple every year that are trying to make it and do something with themselves. It's a tough game. There's a lot of guys everywhere doing the same thing. So it's tough, but you're right. We do see a lot more of that.
You hear all the time, you happen to be a golf pro, but getting out on the course yourself probably find it to be pretty challenging because you're so tied up doing what you do. Talk a little bit about you're so close to it, like, man, I wish I could just go play 18, but you got to work. I mean, it's still a lot of fun. It probably beats maybe being behind a desk, right?
Yeah, I mean, my job it never ends. I wear so many different hats in what I do. This being one of my favorite hats to put on is coaching these kids, especially when you get a good bunch of kids like this. I mean, I live right off the 7th green at Huntsville. I work right there. I played about 8 rounds of golf this year, though. But I mean, I always have a golf club in my hand. I'm always doing something that I love, so that's all part of it.
Let's talk about these guys and where you've seen them grow this year. And it's golf's such a short season, but again, you see these guys probably a lot during the summer on the course, but what have you seen growth-wise from these guys?
Jeremy Callahan's been with me since he's a freshman. I remember him coming to my first practice and watching him hit putts, talking to his dad. He barely played any golf before that. And last year we took him to regionals for the first time we ever took a guy from Wyoming Seminary since they had the regional tournament. And now he's shooting 76 at pre-districts the other day, coming in 3rd place. So it's really exciting. It's fun to watch these kids grow up. I've had a bunch of these kids in my junior programs at Huntsville growing up over the years. So watching them from being wee bit kids to turning into young men and establishing themselves on the golf course. It's fun.
Obviously, having good folks, and these guys come from good families
Sure.
and making sure they're getting the practice that they need. That doesn't always happen. So, you're in a very good situation. I know you realize that. And when you get out to a pre-district event or a district or a regional, talk a little bit about these kids have some savvy to them. They have some experiences and know that likely they're going to try to handle it as maturely as they could and have some mental toughness with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, golf's going to kick you in the butt, and if you get mad, it's going to kick you harder and harder, and it doesn't let up until you kind of realize that, you got to just let the bad stuff go by you and wait for the good stuff to happen. So basically, more things that I teach than anything is the mental side of it and how to deal with adversity, because that's what you really need to play good golf. So we do a ton of that.
Oh, Matt, great to hear about your team this year. We wish you the very best. Next couple weeks is going to be pretty darn busy, and congratulations on a nice run thus far.
Yeah, thanks so much, John. Appreciate it.
Greg Godleski here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking Wyoming Seminary Golf. And Greg, it's your senior year. Talk about what it's been like for you hitting the course and getting a little bit better every year.
It's been great. I started off as on the JV team, the junior varsity team, and I worked my way up. It was a great experience to just start from the bottom and get up to the top as captain.
Takes a lot of practice. So
Yeah.
how many rounds do you think you have in
Ooh.
over the years? I mean, Coach said, hey, I got 8 rounds in this year only,
Yeah.
so tough for him. But how about for you? You feel like you're hitting the course a lot?
Through the 4 years, I'd say like maybe over 100. I don't know. That'd be some hard math. Yeah.
As far as your game, what do you think you've developed with that? Hitting the course that many times, what has come along for you?
Mostly the mental game, I think. Like my swing has changed slightly through the years, but my mental game's probably improved the most through the past 4 years.
Coach says he tries to work on that with you guys.
Yeah.
Talk about a tip maybe you picked up from him, just trying to be as mentally strong as you could. Golf, as he put it, kick you in the behind and kick you some more, and it kind of keeps going.
Probably just like the next hole or next shot mentality. Like if you have a bad shot or a bad hole, you always have the next one to make it up.
Let's talk about this team this year. How talented is the Sem Golf Team?
We're very talented, I think. I think we're the talented past the 4 years of my team, including my brother's year, my freshman year, when we went undefeated and won our conference. I think it's just doing well in the matches.
Let's talk about play basketball, what you like about that.
I played basketball since I've been like 2nd grade, I think. I don't like 7, 8. So that's always just been a sport for me. I've always loved it. I love watching the sport. Always played it.
Got a couple siblings, so tell us about each of them and what they're up to.
My oldest brother, Steven, he's in San Francisco right now working for a startup named Expensify in computer science as well. My brother Jared's at RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, also do computer science, and I plan to do computer science too. So.
Some brilliance in the family, huh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about, that sounds like something that's going to be big, a startup with your brother.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to just explode.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you know about computer science now, and what you think you may want to do, and do your brothers have a big influence on that?
Yeah, like when I was little, I was always playing games with them, looking at tech with them, and just learning the tech life with them, and that just caused me to get into it. It's what I like, it's what I enjoy.
You also like Russian at school. Talk about why and what you enjoy about it.
It's mainly because the Russian teacher is my favorite teacher in the school. He just has a good attitude. He always wants us to learn, and he's funny.
Your grandfather, one of your inspirations.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
He was in World War II, Battle of the Bulge and D-Day, and he was just always a good person, always taught me the correct way to do everything.
Well, Holy Redeemer, a team you enjoy playing against?
Yeah, mainly because I know a lot of the kids really well, and it's just fun playing against them.
All right, Greg, well, congratulations on a good year, and we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Bobby Wilson with us here on the John Mendola Show, continuing the conversation with the Wyoming Seminary Golf Team. Bobby, let's talk about how your game has grown over the years.
It's definitely gotten better. I've been practicing a lot. I didn't really get into golf much until a little bit before my freshman year, so I made a lot of improvements.
Off the tee, short game, there's a lot to golf. Talk about where you think maybe you've made the most gains.
I think definitely my short game. I brought my chipping and my putting up a lot.
What do you like about the course, the home course at Huntsville? Pretty challenging.
Yeah, it's just such a nice course, especially for the area it's in. It's beautiful, and it's a tough course to play. It's nice because I get to play it a lot on the team, so I get used to it, but for a lot of other kids, it's tough.
Talk about these guys, good golfers, good students. You guys really have the best of everything, and you have some good coaching as well. Talk about what it's like hanging out with these guys and just having some fun out there.
It's awesome. A lot of them I knew from before SEM, and friends with them still now, and I'll probably be friends with them after I graduate and go on to college. So it's nice to have a team that I'm close with.
IT club and the business club at school, some smart techie people, and one of your teammates is really into it. His brothers are into it. So talk a little bit about some clubs that you're involved with and why you like them.
I'm involved with IT club, which you said Greg's the leader. I like that. That's interesting. We get to do a lot of cool things with it. We took apart a phone last year. We're going to build a computer this year, so that's fun. And business club, another one of my friends is the leader of that too. I like that. I'm really interested in business, so that's a cool club to be in. I'm hoping this year we get some funding and we're able to go and do some things in New York like they did a couple years ago. So it'll be interesting to see.
You have a sister, Alex, who's a little bit younger, so talk about what she's into and what she has to offer for the world.
She's into golf too, not as much as I am, but she plays soccer right now. She's really into that, which is good. Gives her something to do. But it's nice to have someone around the house too to talk to. It's cool to have a sibling.
Not too many students come off with Russian and statistics as two of their favorite subjects. One of the unique things about being a student at Wyoming Seminary. Talk about why you enjoy those two.
I think Russian, the teacher's just really great, and it's definitely going to be a good language to learn with the political state we're in now. So it could help me a lot down the road.
How about statistics?
That's another thing. I'm interested in business. That's a big part of business, so I really enjoy that class.
Let's tell us a little bit about your grandfather as a role model.
Well, he started when I was about 3 years old. He cut down a putter to about 3 feet tall and gave me that as a birthday present, and I used to putt with that all the time, so he really got me into the game of golf.
Maybe you could still use it for miniature golf, right? Well, Bobby, we appreciate your time. Sounds like you have a very bright future. We wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Jeremy Callahan is with us from Wyoming Seminary. Of course, Jeremy, a lot of people think of you, they think basketball, but you're a pretty good golfer as well. Talk about how golf is kind of coming along for you here.
Yeah, definitely. When I came to Wyoming Seminary as a freshman, they have a requirement that you have to do 2 extracurricular activities. So I took up golf as just something fun to do, and I'm stuck with it and become pretty good at it. So just something fun to do in the fall before basketball.
Let's talk about the course, Huntsville. I mean, getting in the golf and then going right to Huntsville, that can't be easy.
No.
Usually you hack away at some course before you get there, but what's it been like to be on a course like that?
Definitely test your ability every day, even if you played it as many times as we all have. It definitely gives you an advantage when you play at home, and you could see other people making mistakes that you know what to do there. So, I mean, it tests your ability, it makes you a better player overall, and it's a good course to have as a home course.
Mental game's such a big part of it. Of course, playing basketball, there's some mental toughness in that as well. So talk about how you feel like maybe they cross over a little bit and how you get your mental toughness when you need to get a good shot or you had a bad hole and you have to respond to it.
Definitely, golf helps with the mental game for basketball as well too, because golf is 90% mental and 10% just being able to hit the ball. So being able to get through tough shots, tough conditions, or just a bad break helps you in all aspects of sports and even in your life too.
Of course, your brother's a little bit older and playing some basketball. And, talk a little bit about just kind of following his path and learning from him and things he's done. And I'm sure you guys have some good conversations about life itself.
Yeah, definitely. He's older than me by 5 years, so he has a lot more experience than I have in anything. So just seeing what he's done and what has gotten him to this point has definitely helped me in making the right decisions and kind of a work ethic to get where I want to be in life.
Let's talk about math, one of your favorite subjects, doing real well at SEM. What do you see yourself doing down the road?
Definitely not math because it's starting to get hard, but still something I'm good at. Trying to look for something maybe in the medical field or patient care, something around there.
Let's talk about your relationship with your dad. I'm sure there's been a lot of road trips with him in the sport of basketball and him coaching you at times as well. So talk about what that experience is like and the relationship you have with him.
Yeah, definitely. He's coached me through basketball my whole life, and he started coaching me through golf. And then once I got on the team, Coach Matt helped me more because he knows more about it. But he still helps me. He goes to every match, and he writes down everything he thinks I could have done better that round, that make every round the next time better than the one before.
The competitiveness in you. With golf, talk about you're close. Some of these guys are playing some good golf, but you're right there. Talk about your finish in pre-districts and kind of you never know, knocking on the door. Something could happen.
Yeah, I definitely don't expect myself to be anywhere near the level that the guys who solely focus on golf and I never did a couple years ago to even be close to even the conversation that we're having right now. But I just try to go out and match every shot they hit, try to put it one foot shorter, make a putt that they didn't, and where my score ends up with theirs, it's all up to how it ends.
You're doing a heck of a job, Jeremy. We wish you the best the rest of golf, and of course look forward to seeing you during basketball season.
Thank you.
Andrew Maddock with us here on the John Mendola Show, a golfer for the Wyoming Seminary Blue Knights. Sophomore year, so you got some seniors ahead of you here. And let's talk a little bit about your golf game. What are you learning from them or from your coach?
I definitely like to take away things from anywhere I can get from seniors who know so much for playing 4 years. You get to learn a lot while you're on the course, and definitely a coach gets to teach me a lot every day at practice. And I just like to improve my game any way I can.
Talk about basketball, another sport you play. What do you enjoy about that?
Just being around with the team. Last year we made a good run into states, and we're hoping to do the same thing this year and maybe get a little farther, and just hopefully being with the guys as good as it was last year.
You got 2 siblings, Tyler and Allie, so tell us about each of them.
Well, my brother Tyler just graduated from some last year. He was really good impact on my life. He teaches me all the good stuff about golf and basketball. I get to learn a lot from him. And my sister Allie is a little older. She's going to be a senior in college, and whenever she's home, she gets to tell me all about college, and I get to learn from her as well. And it's really good.
Math and science kind of guy. Talk about what you enjoy about those subjects.
I just really like being in class and getting to learn new stuff, and all the different types of math and science. It's really fun to be in class and getting to learn new material.
Again, just a sophomore, but down the road you're maybe thinking about business in college?
Yeah, I think it could be a future path of mine. I never know, but hopefully I can do something like that.
Let's talk about mom and dad and why they are your role models in your life.
Well, I mean, they just do so much for me, and whenever I need something, they always get it for me, and I just like to hopefully live just the way, raise my kids just the way they raised me.
And as far as your golf game, Andrew, let's talk about things that you hone in on this season to try to get better, knowing that, hey, the competition's pretty stiff, but when we get to districts or whatever you're going to do as a team, that you're going to really need to focus on a couple of these things.
I think putting is really the most important thing. It's really a good way to lower your scores or raise them. So just making sure you hit every putt as best you can, and going out there and trying to make as low score as you can, not trying to do too much right there.
Andrew Maddock, great to hear your story. We wish you the very best going forward.
Thank you.
Adam Rogers with us from Wyoming Seminary. We're talking golf. And Adam, let's talk about your golf game. What's improved about it?
I think that my short game's really improved. I mean, there's always room for improvement for that, so I think that really helps the game.
How much time have you put into the game of golf? Talk about when you first started, and here you are, your junior year.
I first started when I was really young. My dad brought me out to the golf course almost every weekend, and we practiced for hours, and it's now brought me here. I'm playing high school golf. I played junior leagues too. That helped too.
Student government, IT club, couple things you do at SEM. What do you enjoy about them?
In student government, I enjoy having a leadership position and being a role model for other students in the school. I'm now the class president of my junior class, so it's an honor to hold and serve that. And IT club, a lot of the other guys on the golf team, like Greg Galdeski, are involved in that, so I think it's good to just do team bonding with that.
Well, congrats on being the prez. Let's talk about your siblings, Hannah and Daniel.
Yeah, Anna, she is 4 years older than me. She's now at Connecticut College in New London. She's enjoying it. She's been very nice to me. We've gotten along very well. And my brother Daniel, he's 18. He goes to Colgate University. We're also very close. He was on the golf team too, and we play golf together and have a good brotherly love.
Some smarts in the family. You're pretty fortunate, but there's probably a work ethic as well. Talk about what you have and then what you try to keep working towards.
In terms of golf, or
in terms of academically?
Academically, I try to always keep focused. Organization is key to my studies. Always having a goal to set for.
Let's talk about your dad as a role model and what he does to try to, whether it's set goals for you or just kind of live up to his expectations.
Yeah, I mostly try to live up to his expectations.
He was also very successful, and he's a good golfer too, so that helps me. He pushes me and helps me practice, and he wants me to keep my focuses on the academics, and I think it's very important.
You hear things, hey, the soccer team or the football team's having a good time. Talk about having some fun with the golfers and what it's like, you guys.
Yeah, we're a small team, but we get along well. I think that it's good to have team bonding, that we're all together, and we've all been friends at Huntsville for a while, so we know each other pretty well.
All right, Adam, great to hear your story. We wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Harrison May with us from Wyoming Seminary, continuing the conversation with the golf team. Harrison, let's talk about your golf game. What do you have to offer out there on the course?
I'd say I have a really good long game right now. So they say I'm the longest on the team. Not the most accurate though, but that's what you're going to get with long distance. I get a really high club speed from hockey, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You're the Happy Gilmore of the team then?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You getting any of those big checks or anything? Or?
Oh, I play defense, so I love to hit.
Let's talk about hockey, what you enjoy about the game of hockey and playing out there with your teammates at Wyoming Seminary. Pretty good hockey, too.
Yeah, I love hockey. I've been playing for about 4 years now. I got into it from a friend. I play defense, and I play for STEM and Junior Penn's Travel. I love how it's just so fast-paced and quick-moving, and I make quick decisions at all times.
Well, you're involved with the IT club. It seems to be pretty popular on the team. Of course, when you have one of your teammates running it, that's important. Talk about getting together with these guys and doing something other than golf and what that's like hanging out with them.
It's a lot of fun hanging out after school some days, take a break from golf, but still be with a good group of guys and just hang out at school and be active in IT club.
The oldest one in your family, you have Abby and Will, so I'm sure they look up to you. Talk about each of them and what they're up to.
Abby is big into horseback riding, and as much as I hate to admit, she's pretty good at it. She qualified for states recently.
Wow.
She's very good. Will loves to play hockey as well. He's really good at baseball, and he's starting to get more into hockey too, which is always fun.
Let's talk about history. What are your favorite subjects? Is it the teacher or the content you enjoy?
I love the teacher. Mr. Granger's a great guy, great teacher. I really like how he teaches class in a very fun way, but also engaging.
Well, your uncle and father, two of your role models. Tell us why you really look up to him.
My uncle I really like because he's a fun guy. He's into a lot of things I'm into, outdoors, like quad riding and trucks. My dad is a really good role model because he knows how to run a business really well, and I look up to him. He's helped me in golf quite a bit.
And as far as the future for you down the road, what are you thinking of doing? Is golf or hockey going to be a part of your future plans if you go to college?
I think definitely. The way it sits now, I got to make a decision whether I want to go for hockey or golf in college. I could definitely play around the Division III level in hockey if I keep up with it, which is good, but also fun. I don't know what I want to do yet. I either want to be architectural engineering or business major.
Well, it sounds like you got a good path ahead of you, Harrison. Good to talk with you. We wish you the very best.
Thank you very much. You too.